Welcome, War Eagles. We are glad you're here. We're excited to have you on campus, and we're looking forward to sharing this year with you. Let's meet everyone who is here to help and support you. At the senior campus, the principal of Oak Ridge High School is Mr. Almond. The principal of ACES Academy is Mrs. Shepard. Mr. Solberg serves as the associate principal for building operations, and Mrs. Smith serves as the associate principal for curriculum and instruction. On the senior campus, the assistant principal team is comprised of Mr. Manuel, helping students whose last name begin with A through C, Dr. Phipps, with students whose last names begin with D through HOC, Mrs. Thompson, with HOD through MOQ, Mr. Cantu, with MOR through SAK, and Mr. Osborne, with SAL through Z. In the counseling center at the senior campus, please meet Ms. Hawk, the lead counselor, Mr. West, who will be helping with college and careers, Mrs. Williams, helping students whose last name begin with A through CAR, and Mr. Johnson, helping students CAS through F. We also have Ms. Price, who is helping students whose last name begin with G through JOI, Mrs. Sarabala with JOJ through MEN, Mrs. Cazaleas with last names that begin with MEO through P, and Miss D. Michael, Q through SP, and Miss Alvarez, helping students with the last names beginning with ST through Z. At the 9th grade campus, our principal is Mrs. Spears. The associate principal and the principal who will help support ACES students in the 9th grade is Mr. Barber. Mr. Murchison is the assistant principal who helps with students' last names beginning with A through K, and Ms. Pajeska is the assistant principal who helps students with the last names L through Z. Our counselors at the 9th grade campus are Mrs. Evans, supporting students with last names A through K, and Mrs. Perry, helping students with last names L through Z. We would like to take a minute today to highlight a few items from the student handbook that will help you complete your year successfully. We are all War Eagles, but we should only be on the campus that we are assigned to at any given time. If your class is on the 9th grade campus, you should be there too. You should not be on the senior campus unless you are there to attend a class or specific scheduled activity that you have for that day, and vice versa. Additionally, our campuses are closed campuses. You may not leave campus for any reason without following the proper checkout procedures. In the coming day, you will hear reminders to keep our doors locked and closed. This refers to both interior and exterior doors, and this rule is a state mandate. If a person is outside signaling for you to let them in, don't. Please find the nearest adult and they will let them in instead. Regarding your safety during drills, for fire drills, please follow the instructions of your teacher and move out of the building quickly and efficiently. For lockdown drills, move away from the windows, remain quiet, and listen for further instructions through the intercom. More in-depth information will be given in a separate presentation regarding our safety drills and emergency protocols. School safety is a shared responsibility. Remember, do not prop doors, do not let anyone in the building, and be aware of portable gates that are one-way exits. District policy also states that our school ID must be worn and must be visible while at school or school functions for safety and security reasons. We require them to be worn at all times around your neck, and they must be visible. You will be asked to scan your ID in the lunch lines and when getting on the bus. New this year, please note, Conroe ISD policy states that cell phones and all electronic devices are not to be used during the school day from 7:15 until 2:35. This means all electronic devices must be turned off and put away in your backpacks. This also includes the hallways, cafeteria, and restrooms. It's off and away for the day. If you are caught with any electronic devices, it will be confiscated. This new rule does include any and all electronics, including tablets, laptops, gaming devices, smartwatches, cell phones, headphones, and earbuds. We understand that this is new, but we all have to work together and be respectful. In our classrooms at Oak Ridge High School, all of your electronic devices, which include cell phones, earbud, AirPods, headphones, smartwatches, and tablets, will be stored in your backpack, and your backpack will be placed along a designated wall of the classroom for the duration of each class. At school, we ask that all areas from your upper chest to your mid-thigh and from your armpit to your armpit and your hip to hip be covered by clothing. Please ensure that tops have straps and that there are no rips or tears in your pants higher than the middle of your thigh. Crop tops must not be worn to school. Athletic shorts that won't stay at your mid-thigh must also not be worn to school. You must wear shoes, no slippers or house shoes. See-through garments and mesh garments must have the required coverage beneath them and should not be something you would wear to bed. Hats, hoods, and sunglasses should not be worn inside the building. Very simply, if you question it in the morning or you were addressed by a teacher or an administrator the last time you wore it to school, you should select something else to wear. Remember that Mr. Almond and Mrs. Spears and the other administrators on our campuses will ultimately determine what constitutes appropriate dress for school. Here are a few pictures of what is acceptable to wear to our school. As you know, certain behaviors are unacceptable in our school. We do not condone fighting or other disruptive confrontations, bullying, or harassment of any kind. Please remember, though, you may not intend your actions to be any of these things. It is, however, your actions, how they perceive, that will determine an outcome. Assault and harassment are crimes that may have both school and legal consequences. No public displays of affection either, please. At Oak Ridge High School, we catch and release. Additionally, please conduct yourself appropriately on the bus. Transportation is a privilege, and failure to follow the rules can lead to a suspension. And lastly, have integrity when it comes to your schoolwork. If you are found to be cheating or violating our testing policy, consequences will be determined after the incident has been investigated by your administrator. Remember, stop bullying. If you see something, say something. Tobacco, e-cigarette devices, and other controlled substances are not allowed on campus. Bringing such things to school is a violation of the Student Code of Conduct. Tobacco and electronic cigarette violations will be subject to ISS every time. Prescription and over-the-counter medicines that are approved for your use by your parent or guardian must be kept in the school nurse's or trainer's office. You may not have any of these classifications of drugs in your possession at school. Finding these in your possession may result in legal consequences, but surely will result in school consequences. Having, using, or delivering THC in particular is a felony and has very specific consequences outlined by the Texas Education Code. Having, using, or delivering THC will result in expulsion from school. Please be advised, vapes contains nicotines, making them very addictive. Vapes also contain the same harmful chemicals found in cleaning products, nail polish remover, weed killer, and bug spray. Vapes can leave young people at an increased risk of depression and anxiety. And once again, students who are found in possession of a vape device or parts of vaping devices will receive consequences for their actions. In fact, based on the district policy, mandatory DAEP placement is required. Consistent school attendance will ensure your academic and extracurricular success. That part we're sure of. But what you may not know is that you've had to be in your classes at least 90% of the time that they are held in order to be granted credit for those classes from the state of Texas. Please understand that the 90% rule is a state law. When you are absent we need to know why. To excuse an absence, a note is required whether you miss a whole day of school or just part of the day. Notes must be written by your parent or guardian and must be taken to the attendance office before or after school or during your lunch period, not during class time. And it must be taken to the attendance office within 48 hours of your return to school. It is important to note that not all absences can be excused. If you are leaving campus early, be sure to sign out through the attendance office. Our bell schedule allows for 7 minutes between each of your classes. If you are switching campuses, this does not allow for any delays. Move out quickly but safely. Arriving late to class within the first 15 minutes of its start time will result in a tardy. After 15 minutes, you will be marked absent. If you wonder why, please see that 90% rule. After your third tardy in a day, a week, or quarter, a warning will be issued. On the 7th, disciplinary consequences will follow. Please do your best to be on time to class. Your teachers and classmates will appreciate your effort. Remember, be here every day, all day. Attendance counts. At Oak Ridge High School, we follow a block schedule. Red days consist of your 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 7th block classes. To help you remember this, notice that these numbers are odd. These are 3 letters in the word odd and 3 letters in the word red. Blue days consist of your 2nd, 4th, 6th, and 8th block classes. Even numbers, 4 letters in the word even, 4 letters in the word blue. Each day, we will have Eagle's Nest immediately following your 3rd or 4th block class on a normal schedule. Eagle's Nest is a time to seek additional help from your teachers, get ahead of your homework, or get valuable information, such as the video presentation you are seeing right now. Administrators should not see you in the hallway 10 minutes before a class bell rings or the first 10 minutes after a class bell rings. If you are in the hallway, you can expect to be asked where your pass is. Please be sure you have it in hand. When you are leaving class with a pass, you should leave your backpacks behind. If you are heading to the restroom, go to the closest bathroom and promptly return to class. Your lunch is determined by your 5th and 6th period class. When you arrive in the cafeteria, please find a place to sit. The seat will be your seat until lunch has ended. Each table is dismissed to the lines by administrators, and lunches are only eaten in the cafeteria, not in the classrooms, not in the hallways, and not in the library. Please be courteous to our lunch staff and our custodial crews. They work really hard for you. And when you are finished eating, please clean up after yourself. There should be no deliveries of outside food from DoorDash, Grubhub, or similar delivery services. These will not be accepted, so be sure to pack a lunch or plan to eat what is being served in the cafeteria. We want all of you to be a War Eagle and be respectful of the Eagle Nest expectations. Be on time, be present, be respectful, and be an active learner. Be persistent when challenged and be responsible for your learning. Together, we will make great things happen. Do your best to pass all of your classes this year. But if you fail a class in the fall, understand that not all is lost. Your effort in the spring semester can help you regain those lost credits. If you pass mark in period 4 and the average of your mark in period 3 and 4 grades are high enough to cover the gap you had between your fall semester grade and a 70%, you can earn back those credits at the end of the school year. If you ever have any questions about your classes or credits, please make an appointment to speak to your counselor. New this year is a Canvas course that all students will find listed in Canvas. Since we are no longer able to use our electronic devices, this Canvas course page will allow students to sign up for various events we have here on campus. Remember, if you want to attend pep rallies, You will have to sign up, and this is the place to do just that. New this year also, we are not allowed to use our electronics during the day. There is a new web version to report anything out of the ordinary. We also ask that you download the Anonymous Alert app to your phone and use it anonymously to report to us anything that troubles you regarding your safety or the safety of others while you're off campus. Remember, it takes all of us working together to look out for one another. Thank you for your time and attention today, War Eagles. It's going to be a great year. CA-CAW!